Okay, guys, we're back here for another video. I wanted to jump back on here and go over some information that I have discovered. Now, I had told y'all yesterday that I had come across a content creator, and normally, I don't like to do videos on other content creators, but listen, this needed to be called out. We set up here, or y'all set up here on YouTube, and y'all allowed, Kevin Samuels to be on here, and he dragged the hell out of black women. In fact, Kevin Samuels didn't become popular.
I didn't hold on. I didn't know she goes after Kevin Samuels as well. I did not know that. Wow. Wow. Because this is what happened. It was bitches like her that Kevin really made mad. It was bitches like this bitch that Kevin made mad. Because Kevin don't fuck with nobody from the hood, male, female. He don't mess with you, and he don't mess with you fat bitches. She hated some Kevin.
Up here, or y'all set up here on YouTube, and y'all allowed, Kevin Samuels to be on here, and he dragged the hell out of black women. In fact, Kevin Samuels didn't become popular until he started doing that. So let me kind of tell y'all the way this shit works is people come on here, they say they hate black people, they come on here, they say they hate women, and they blow up. And for some reason or another, we support it. Now, somebody was in my chat saying no publicity, basically don't give him publicity. Honey, I don't have to give him publicity. His channel is way bigger than mine, so me speaking about him is not harming him in one bit. Okay, so I'm going to speak on it for the simple fact that that is something that we just don't do. We feel like, not to say nothing, and no, I'm going to say something. This dude right here, Daniels, what's his name?
This is hands down one of the most powerful AI platforms for digital marketing, similar
Anton Daniels. This man hates women, black women in particular, and don't even like the skin that he's in. And I'm
Bama, what's good? Where you been at, man? Bama, when you hear about my new project, you gonna laugh your ass off. Yeah, this woman is sick. This woman is cray.
man hates women, black women in particular, and don't even like the skin that he's in. And I'm going to tell you something. When I found his channel, I was like, some of the stuff he was saying, was a little bit alarming, but people have their opinions. As I shifted through videos and then I went back to older videos, it's like, I want to see where this guy came from. Okay, maybe I'm missing something. I found that he had a wife, which made me be more open to watching him because I said, okay, he has to I'm missing something because he's married to a black woman. He has children. But whoa, did I miss something? This man, all the vitriol that he has for his wife, he spews it to black women. Because let me just tell y'all something. I'm going to show you guys a clip. There is no way in hell that this man is in a loving relationship with a woman that he loves and has a child, and yet separately has so much disdain for the very person that he's married to. Now, when I say the very person, I mean skin tone, right? Because when he's on here, he's telling you how effed up black women is. Okay, he's not speaking in particular about anybody that he actually came into contact with. He's lumping us all in and putting us in one thing together. And I'm telling you now, from my experience, this dude is talking about his wife. He hate her. He don't like her. I know y'all probably like, oh, they've been married for 20 years. What does that mean? There's a lot of people that's been in relationships for a very long time and hates their significant other. In fact, it's a lot of y'all listening to this video that's probably in relationships with people who don't like you. This man does not like his wife, okay?
Ma'am, you are sick. Ma'am. Let me just make this. Let me ask you this. Can you show black people how to like their spouse? Can you show Anton how to like a spouse? Could you bring your husband and show how a woman should be loving on a spouse, or a person should be loving on their spouse? Can you do that, or can you just talk?
People who don't like you. This man does not like his wife, okay? He's with her because it's easy. We have a lot of people that's in relationships that don't like their significant other. If you don't believe me, I want y'all to hear this clip. So, as I said, I found a lot of stuff on him, but some of the things that I found on him where he was calling women hoes and, talking about, good. They were good for us. Just some really foul things, talking about they don't know how to act at work, and basically, how many baby daddies did they have? It was just poor.
Is any of that stuff true? Is any of that stuff true? So this bitch is the type of bitch that just, so she don't see nothing from the black sister.
And basically, how many baby daddies did they have? It was just poor. So he would only have this experience from the experience that he had. He says he's been with his wife for over 20 years. The man is 40? He talks about, meeting his wife and them losing contact or something, and then meeting up with her again. This dude don't like his wife. It's going to come out at some point or another. He don't like his wife. As a matter of fact, he hate her. So I want to get into this audio of him. This is just one of the very nasty videos that's out here with him just letting black women have it. But you cannot tell me that this man loves his wife and talks about women like this. Let's get into it.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. Hold on, pal. So let me get this straight.
Tell me that this man loves his wife and talks about women like this.
So you can't. So he don't love his wife because he talks about women like this. So if women are doing things to his eyesight and he says something about it, he must not like his wife.
But you cannot tell me that this man loves his wife and talks about women like this. Let's get into it.
Are you married, but you will deny?
I'm going to give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances.
Well, let's do it.
How many subscriptions do you
Or ever say no to the man that you're married to even pose that question in the first place?
Bruiser, back to you.
You.
Are you needing Anton to fight your battles? Because if so, I'll talk to him.
Who misunderstood me?
Nobody.
She's still after she get done doing all of that posturing and asking Bruiser, the question still remains.
Yeah, you back
what makes you think that a woman that is married to a man should ever say no?
Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Why are you putting words? Why are you doing wordplay? Nobody said that.
Why did you ask that question in the first place?
Okay, who am I fighting? Establish that. Who am I fighting first?
Nobody. You don't know how to have a conversation?
I do. I got it. Hold on. One at a time. 3 on 1.
So at this point in the video, she don't see the black woman saying, "Who am I fighting?" She don't see the black woman yelling. So she don't see that. All of that don't matter. This is why, and like I said, the internet made bitches that look like this. Well, I can't say that, see, because Kevin Samuels made bitches like this sit their ass down. But now that he's gone, these bitches, nobody is telling them about themselves. Not even Anton. So she just get to sit there, and the power is in the gossip now. The power is not in her losing weight and doing better. The power is in the gossip. And this bitch got big views.
Bruiser, you want to go first?
So it's 2-on-1. Y'all don't have 2-on-1.
It was one person talking, which is Anton.
We don't need nobody else saying nothing. I'm asking her a specific question.
I answered your question. I answered your question. I said I did not say that.
I'm asking you a specific question. I didn't ask you what you said.
And I answered your question. So you're not going to bully me. You have to back me into talking and saying what the hell you want to hear. I said what I said.
Let me say it again for the people.
I said what I said.
B students. Listen, I'm a C student, but you acting like a B student. For the people in the back. Why would you ever, and I didn't ask you what you said, I'm asking you a specific question. Why would you ever, or why would a woman ever say no to a man that they're married to in any capacity for sex?
Because she can.
Just because she can?
Because she can. There you go, guys. How does this woman have nothing to say about that? How is it possible for a woman to deny a man sex that she's married to? And the woman said, because she can. And this woman said nothing.
Any capacity for sex.
Because she can.
Just because she can?
Because she can't. It's her body. Because she
She's
can't.
going to be single. And she's
So
actually not your
Why?
body.
No, they bombarded the bitch. They were supposed to let her keep going. They were supposed to let her keep talking. But this bitch right here reviewing the video is almost like she don't hear that.
We're married one at a time.
Stand
So
your
that's
house.
my answer. Why would a woman ever say no? Ever tell a man no? Which is implying she does not have a choice.
You had your choice.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I understand what she was saying.
Yes.
I understand that part.
You
She does have the right to say no. She does. Yes.
Man, if you listen, dog, listen. For everybody that's watching the show, we heard her answer. For everybody that's watching the show, if you a man,
Listen,
and
y'all.
you're dealing with a woman that's operating
Ma'am, you didn't hear all the other shit? Unbelievable.
in that sense, you better leave that bitch at the driveway.
And if you're dealing with a man that thinks
I'm
he
sorry,
can
I'm sorry, I'm
force
sorry, I'm
himself
sorry.
on you
I'm sorry, you
sexually,
don't have an opportunity
leave
to
that
respond.
predator.
You don't have an opportunity to
Please,
respond.
no.
I wasn't talking to you.
No,
I wasn't
I'm
talking
just
to you.
responding.
I wasn't talking to you. For
Okay.
every guy in the chat or that is restreaming this, drop that bitch off at the end of the driveway, leave her suitcase with holes in it, take everything that you had, leave that hole where you found her, and let her be for the streets. Let
So
her
he's
say
saying
so.
your wife is a hoe, your
I'm
wife is a
sorry.
bitch.
I'm sorry. You are very, very rude tonight.
No, you're rude.
I'm
You're
not
not
even
even bullying
talking to
me.
you.
I
I'm
can
not
hold my
talking
own,
to you.
Anton. You're
I'm
not
not
pulling that
talking to
bullshit with me
you.
tonight.
I'm not even talking to you right now.
Okay, that was pretty much, y'all, that was enough. But listen, this is what I want y'all to understand. There is no way. I know I look young, but I am really an OG, and I done told y'all how old I am.
So where do you look young at? In the face? What about in the body? Do you look young if you take those extensions out your head? I don't know what they done told you, but anyway, let's go. If they telling you as a black woman, you look young, we fucked up out here. And if a young bitch look like you, she fucked up out here.
There is no way that this man has love in his heart for his wife, but yet talks to another woman like this and degrades women. I don't give a D how long he say that he's been married. What he's acting out is hate. That is not love. Let me just make sure y'all can relate to what I'm saying. Think back into your mind when you were in a loving relationship and put in a chat, how did that make your mood? How did that impact your mood?
Ma'am, fuck all of that fantasy mystery shit. Go tell your man to come in the room and you love on him and you show us how it's done. But that's not what happened to the black community. It's all about talking.
Now let's twist it. Think about the times that you were in a toxic relationship. How did that impact your mind? How did it impact your mood? Because I'm telling y'all, when I get stuck on something, I be stuck because I be really trying to figure it out. When I saw him, his, physical, I was like, okay, let me watch him. He seemed like he, got some good stuff. When I started watching this guy, I got a headache. Like, what the hell? Like, what?
I'm sure Kevin Samuels gave you a headache too. Most bitches, even my bitch, get a headache if I wanted to say something. Luckily for her, I ain't got shit to say. But most bitches get a headache when men talk with any sort of, seriousness. It gives most bitches a headache when you tell a bitch about herself. Not even telling about herself, when you explain the truth.
Got some good stuff. When I started watching this guy, I got a headache. Like, what the hell? Like, what I was looking at was different than the stuff that I was listening to. So I said, okay, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. When I found out that this guy was married, I was really confused because I said, wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? And after watching various videos of him attacking, because it's an attack, women, there is no other conclusion to this. This guy is not happy with his wife. He don't even want to be with his wife. Because if he had a loving relationship with his wife, he would not be acting like this.
Ma'am, if you had a loving relationship with your husband, you wouldn't be talking about Anton. But y'all both doing it for the money. So if you could do this for the money, why he can't do what he do for the money? I mean, these people, this bitch, I like her because she's an ugly ass bitch and I rock with her, but she's a fucking meatball.
believe me when I tell you, I've been in both, several. I've been in more loving relationships than toxic. I'm just going to count one relationship that I was in that was toxic. And I'm telling you, it affects your mood either for the good or for the bad. So you're telling me that this is a man that's been married for 20 something years. He loves his wife. They have a great relationship. And this is how he acts? No. And here's the deal, y'all. There is a way to say everything. So let's just give him a little bit of credit and say, okay, whatever he said, he just used the wrong words. But there's multiple videos of him doing the exact same thing.
You don't gotta use the right words to talk to no woman. Ain't no right words. Only right words is yes, you right. Yes, you're right. Yes, you right. Those are the only right words that I've found. Unless you niggas are handing over money, which don't, then when you like, yo, I'm about to give you some money. I mean, I don't know many words that can be said. But that's why I say, they actually expect you niggas to talk to these people with class. I mean, and that's in substitute of the truth.
This man do not like his wife. Now, I did find a video where he was talking about his wife had some health issues. Now, I don't know if that's ongoing because obviously I don't have all day to sit up there and watch every video that he's ever made. But I can tell y'all this for a fact. This dude don't like his wife. He don't. He doesn't like his wife. He don't want to be with his wife. In fact, his wife is probably the only person that he could possibly be with. I mean, think about it. Look at his attitude. He has this huge personality online that any woman can go look at. Would you date him? I mean, I'm just being real. Folks don't care about money these days no more. Women is making their own money.
There we go. Now there's the truth. Now this is important. So sis, being that women are making their own money, are they going out there paying for the dates and paying the bills for the man? So what's the reason that she make her own money? So she could say no to a man and make sure that she can't be with somebody like Anton? Because she ain't doing shit with her money that's helpful. So you just said it. Women are making their own money, so they don't got to care about money. And that's what happened to ugly bitches like you. You were able to make money, so you don't got to give a damn about no man. You could just fuck different men when you feel like it. You ain't got to care about a man. You ain't got to love on a man. But you worried about a married man. His wife ain't got to work. You do, though.
I mean, I'm just being real. Folks don't care about money these days no more. Women is making their own money. This man does not like his wife, which makes sense as to why he's on here windmilling. Not only do he not like his wife, he don't even like himself. He doesn't. He doesn't like himself. So that is what I came up.
Ma'am, now I'm your friend. I want you to know this, sis. I'm your friend. But when you talk about liking yourself, that's like when you talk about certain things, it kind of pisses me off because I would say you don't like yourself. Because I done fucked enough fat bitches to know fat people don't want to be fat. So it's impossible that you get out of the shower, fresh face, no extensions, bald headed, ain't shave your beard in a couple of days, talking about, oh, I love this. No, you don't. It's safe to say you don't like yourself. You wish you could snap your finger and lose the amount of weight that you want to lose. So I'd rather you stay away from the liking the self stuff because it's clear you don't like yourself.
Himself. He doesn't. He doesn't like himself. So that is what I came up with as far as the conclusion on what is going on with this dude, because there is no way in hell that you are so happy. Imagine going home, or if he creating content at home, you got a loving wife, she's, fixing your meals or doing whatever it is she does for you, but you still have this bitterness inside. Two things can't dwell in the same place. I'm gonna give you an example. Can you be happy and sad at the same time? Absolutely not. It's either one or the other. This dude does not like his wife. And I'm telling y'all, this is why you have to be careful when you move into a situation with dating and, being in these type of relationships.
There you go once again. a person like you is not supposed to give relationship advice because you've never experienced the upper men with money. You only know a certain level of men. So you cannot give relationship advice, sis. You just can't do it. But you should be happy that you're in America, because you actually get to talk like this and make money for doing it. Now, where does any sort of shame, embarrassment come in? It comes in the color green. You're getting money, so fuck the lies, the shame, the embarrassment, the fact that even though you're making money, you can't take your ass out there and lose a little weight and stop eating. None of that matters with black people.
This is why a lot of women has chosen to be single for this reason right here.
There you go. She ain't lying now. They choose to be single for any stupid reason. And they think that we mad. This is why women choose to be single. Bitch, your pussy stink. I don't give a fuck that you choose to be single. You act like you hurting me. You ain't hurting me because you choose to do that. Okay, you want to rock with me and I get to fuck you and I ain't got to be your man. I'm still winning. You're not hurting me. This is why women choose to be single. Okay, bitch. We just fucking okay.
This is why a lot of women has chosen to be single for this reason right here. All of this hatred and this hostility that this man is spewing online, this is what he has for his wife. This is how he feels about his wife. There's no way that he's been in this loving relationship and now separate. He talks about how horrible women are. Like, who are these women? From what I see, he says that he's been with his wife for a very long time. So how many more experiences could this man has had?
Ma'am, you could see it. You watch Love and Hip Hop. You see the TV. You go outside. You see the sisters. And stop acting like reality don't exist. You see they say black fatigue. You see they got the bad stereotype as far as human resources, the motor vehicles, and how in particular other women act towards other women at, grocery stores or any fucking where. So stop acting like these people are walking around like damn saints. But the sisters like that you talk like that because they wish they used to be saints to the black man, but nowadays, especially with the younger dudes, you bitches ain't no saints. So you've lost that moniker.
Have had. In fact, there are videos online where they're saying his wife was his only experience. So this dude does not like his wife. In fact, he actually hates her. So that's it. That's all, y'all.
There you go, guys. That's my new boo. Bitch hating on homie. And these bitches are something else, man. Let me tell you, man. These bitches are something the fuck else. Bitch ain't got nothing better to do with herself.
I was doing. So I moved to Houston and I didn't want to start a new job and be like, hey, it's my first day. I might need surgery and need to take 6 weeks off work, because that's how much time they told me, my doctor in Raleigh told me the recovery would be if I did in fact have to get surgery for this. So I blink and another year goes by. It's time to get my yearly doctor appointment. Schedule my appointment with my new doctor here. And I told her going into it, I did have a fibroid. I knew about it. And could she just check it and see if it grew, see what my options were now at this point. It's been a few years. I got an ultrasound here and she told me my fibroid is still 7 centimeters, but if I do want to have children, I really need to start thinking about getting it removed. So I went home after that appointment and really thought about it. And I figured it's time. I've been dealing with this thing for about 3 years now. It's really time to take my health and put it in front, put it first. I needed to really do this for myself.
Let me just stop right there for you guys so that you guys could observe. Clearly, you niggas like light skin, so we're going to say she's a good-looking woman. Yeah, even good-looking women do not take their health or their maintenance of their pussy serious.
Health and put it in front, put it first. I needed to really do this for myself. So I asked her the different options about surgeries, and she told me she recommended that I get an open myomectomy, which is basically they're giving me a C-section and removing the fibroid because my fibroid is so big that she wanted to make sure she could get it all out and preserve my uterus.
Glad I missed the woman talking. Right. Her neck skin says she's past having children. Yo, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Because my fibroid is so big that she wanted to make sure she could get it all out and preserve my uterus. So if I did want to have children, it would be the best option. After telling me her recommendations, my doctor, of course, said you can talk with other doctors and see their opinions or their recommendations on what you should do with this. I've been dealing with this for a few years now, so I've pretty much heard the same thing from each doctor I've spoken to about it. So I finally decided to put my health first and get it done.
That's a lie. That's a lie. They told her if she wanted to have children, she need to get this stuff removed. Now we're going to look at it. We're going to do reasoning here. She looks like she could get a husband. But if she know her pussy fucked up, and we've seen the story over and over again, they do it so they could go ahead and have the right, to be able to offer the man what he wants, which is a child, so she could get the child support and all the fly shit. So yeah, that's why she did it. She ain't got nothing to do with no damn health, okay?
I'm going to get this fibroid removed. I'm going to be getting the open myomectomy in just a few days. It's my first surgery. I've never had any major health problems, never been in the hospital. So I'm, kind of nervous. I have a lot of feelings about it. And on top of getting this surgery, I'm getting it during the COVID-19 pandemic. So that has a lot of other challenges on top of it. I have to, take extra precautions. The hospitals are taking extra precautions. So it's going to be an experience.
The Women's Hospital of Texas, guys. The Women's Hospital of Texas. It just got real. You heard?
Today is the day for my pre-op appointment for my surgery. It's a really gloomy day here in Houston. As you can see outside, it's been raining all morning. I'm kind of anxious because it's real now. I'm really getting this. I've been putting this surgery off for about 3 years now. I'm going to go get all my questions answered. And we do have COVID-19 going, so you do have to wear a mask in the hospital. And I do have to get a COVID test.
Bitch went to get her pussy fixed in COVID-19. Now, it was good because it's easy to get appointments and stuff, but damn, she was pretty desperate.
So I just finished my pre-surgery appointment, and it was kind of what I expected. I first met with my doctor, and she went over what the procedure she's going to be doing. Then I had to go across the street to do the real pre-surgery screening. So they had to take blood for blood work. I had to meet with the people, with the anesthesiologist, and I signed a ton of papers. I feel like most of my afternoon was signing papers and consent forms. They also gave me this to drink, which is an Ensure pre-surgery drink. It's a clear carbohydrate drink. I'm a little nervous. My doctor's gave me this to drink.
Pre-surgery Ensure. Have you niggas ever seen anything like that? Have you ever saw a pre-surgery Ensure? Have you ever saw a pre-surgery Ensure? Let me know. I'll tell you already. No, you haven't. Fuck out of here. I keep telling y'all, when you go down this box rabbit hole, you will see things you've never seen before. You heard me? When you follow the box, when you become a box investigator like us, you get to see some things, brothers. Think about it. Think about it like this. We're seeing a pre-surgery Ensure, right? Based on chasing, being box investigators. Think about how many men ever gonna see no shit like this, based on the fact that she got an unknown growth in her pussy that she's trying to get out surgically like a C-section. That's causing her not to be fertile. Pussy problems. Niggas ain't gonna never see nothing like this because they don't understand the pussy. It's wow. Here we go. I was in Kroger the other day. The PCOS was out of control. And remember, that man's in a different state from me. Because what we talk about is the core. It's universal. It's like the core of the earth. It's here. All you got to do is be able to, these guys can drill down. We can drill down and walk through a Kroger and be like, this bitch got pussy problems. Let's continue.
Which is an Ensure pre-surgery drink. It's a clear carbohydrate drink. I'm a little nervous. My doctor said that's normal to be nervous, but she's done these procedures so many times. She actually showed me pictures of a person she did the procedure on a few weeks ago. So I actually got to see what it looks like, and kind of gross, but it did make me feel better.
Kind of gross, but it did make me feel better. What have I taught you niggas? They're happy to find out other bitches' pussies is fucked up like theirs. That's one thing that makes them feel. We've learned that makes them feel great. They're happy to be a part of, long as it's just not them.
It's been a kind of a eventful few days. The governor here in Texas just announced that they're halting all elective surgeries because of the spike in coronavirus cases in Texas. Those surgeries are halted in 4 counties, including Harris County, which is where Houston is. So, that was kind of concerning, but my doctor said my surgery is still good to go as of right now. At first, I was kind of nervous, about just getting the surgery in general. Then I was nervous that they were going to postpone it because of this. But as of right now, my surgery is still scheduled to go, but I do have to go inside and get my COVID test.
What can we say? What King Disagreeable say? The shit like watching a horror movie. I hate to say it. It's like watching a fucking horror film. We're basically watching some Stephen King, Alfred Hitchcock type shit. Yeah, this shit is like a horror movie, son.
And get my COVID test. It was pretty much what I expected. I got the nose swab. So you tilt your head back, they stick the Q-tip down there, swab it. They said it would be about 10 seconds. It burned a little bit. The nurse told me it would burn a little bit, but then right when they pulled it out, my eyes were watering, my nose was running. So that is all done now. I just have to wait for that. I had to sign a paper saying that I would pretty much isolate for 3 days until my surgery after this test. And one thing that was different when I went in today, they give you a mask. You cannot wear outside homemade mask in the hospital anymore. So that's a new safety precaution they're taking now that I guess the COVID cases are spiking here in Houston.
Look at these bitches. Look at this bitch.
I guess the COVID cases are spiking here in Houston.
Look. These bitches are something else, man. I tell you, man. These bitches are something else. These bitches are something. Is it?
New safety precaution they're taking now that I guess the COVID cases are spiking here in Houston.
What was this? Some Tylenol? What is? Okay, makeup. I don't know what it is. All by herself.
So they just changed the rules now because of COVID-19. I cannot have anyone with me. So we just found out I have to be completely alone before surgery and then even when I'm done. It's about 3 hours now after my surgery.
Damn, this bitch getting whiter and whiter. She getting whiter and whiter, yo. She getting whiter. So this is how she looks with no makeup, just outright white. So the makeup makes her look like she's more black. Wow. Look at this shit. Look.
It freaked me out. So she also told me that they can range.
She tried to make herself look black a little. What type of weirdo? I mean, I ain't mad at. She still could play like a light-skinned black bitch right here.
Across the street to do the real.
This is wild. Hold on. Even right here, she started getting whiter to me right here.
The governor here in Texas just announced that they're halting.
She started getting mad white. And now this shit.
They stick the Q-tip down there.
Bitch just started getting whiter right before my eyes. I don't know if that's a wedding ring.
But then right when they pulled it out, my eyes were watering, my nose was running. So that is all done now. I just have to wait for that. I had to sign a paper saying that when I win it anymore.
Bitch just got whiter.
19,
Look, now she getting whiter.
I cannot have anyone with me. So we just found out I have to be completely alone before surgery and then even when I'm done.
Now she's just a complete white girl. She's a complete white girl at this point. Her box been bad for years, but she has to get it done during the pandemic. Great point. And you know what I say? Something. Well, maybe that is an engagement ring or something, because anytime they doing it is for a reason. You know, and then you say the good looking ones, they definitely doing it for a reason. This some old, yo, she going to re-up. So she going to re-up right now. You know, she going to put her work in. She putting her investment in. She going to re-up, and she got to get out there and work that work. Damn. Meaning have that baby and all that. Slow baby.
About 3 hours now after my surgery, I, got here about 5:30 in the morning, signed some papers, got my little fancy wristbands, and then I came up to wait in the, pre-surgery room, hung out for a little bit, and then all of the, my doctor came in, the other nurses who were going to be in the room with her came and talked to me, asked if I had any questions, got my anesthesia. It knocked me right out. I was getting kind of nervous leading up to it, and then they gave me something in my IV that chilled me out, and all I remember is going to the operating room, getting on the table, and I was out. I remember nothing. But then when I woke up, I was just really cold, so they were putting heating pads on me. But other than that, I don't feel terrible. I got up and walked around for a second, and I could feel I just had something done. Like, I have the bikini incision. I could kind of feel it, but I think the meds are doing their job because I don't feel awful right now, which I'm very thankful for. And my doctor said I could have some solid food because I didn't really eat anything yesterday because I was 7 centimeters, and it's actually 8 centimeters. So just seeing it, she gave me pictures, just seeing it, it's kind of crazy thinking that was inside of me for so long. Also, for anyone thinking about having this procedure done, just do it. I put it off for 3 years, and I'm so glad I just finally did it. We'll see in a few days how I'm feeling once I'm back home, and, the heavy pain meds wear off. But again.
Dang. My God. Yo. Like I say, the shit these sisters go through, you wonder why we call them gladiators. My God. High and forgetful, just how I like it. Numb. Very true. Because I damn sure, one thing that pisses me off is brothers want bitches to be smart and speak and like, what? What? For what? Nah, what you said was mad deep. Yes, anybody got the damn ability to talk deep. Shit. These bitches could talk to. I know poor bitches that could talk 3 languages. I would say that's smart. I would rather listen to a bitch that could talk 3 languages. Nah, son, these bitches out here getting this money. You gotta listen.
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the
prioritizing spending on bills like rent, mortgage, utilities, all of the basic human needs. Over half of our new members set aside a budget for mental health. So therapy, any kind of support, because they know that in this job market, you need to stay sane no matter what.
So how's your job hunting going? I've had to change my standards. I'm like, okay, at first I was like, I need this particular position with this amount of pay, this shift. And now I'm just like, just give me a job.
Oof. Today's been a rough day. So if you had a rough day, I stand with you. I have been unemployed since the beginning of the year, and I have probably applied for like, I'm not even kidding, like at least like 500 jobs. Like the amount of applying and just working so hard just to get a rejection has just been so debilitating. And as someone who built a career, it's like, you're like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is happening? But the market is just so tough right now, and it's pretty tough to stay positive. I work in marketing. I absolutely love it. I built a career in it, and specifically an influencer and social have I've been the most involved the last few years. I picked up a UGC role for a company. I'll actually be posting for it on here, which I'm excited to do in the next few weeks. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna lean more into like posting on here because I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I'm just like, I feel like I'm working so hard and I'm not getting any results. So maybe I gotta lean more into this. Anyway, if you're struggling, then know that you're not alone. Love y'all.
So my
There you go, guys. It's a lot going on when it comes to this pussy. This job thing is real. I would say, you know, in the red states, the big, beautiful bill is going to hit. Because you got to look at it like this. Jobs are being lost. What will they do? They will run to welfare. But the big, beautiful bill is going to have them working for that welfare. So it's about to get real. They're going to have to like either try to get some disability or some shit, or they're going to have to use their baby for some sort of care. That shit is wild what's about to happen to these bitches.
My dad is one of those dads that doesn't believe like how hard it is to get a job right now with like the job market. But he's a teacher, and so he is on summer break right now, and so he's looking for like a part-time job for the summer. And I feel like he thought this was going to be a big aha moment like for all of his, you know, like children of like, see how easy it is. Like I went to the store, I talked to the manager, I introduced myself, and then I got the job. However, that has not been the case, as we all know from doing that. He keeps going to the stores and either the manager is not there, the manager is there but won't talk to him, the manager does talk to him and says that they'll give him a call and then they never do. Sound familiar? Like, I hate that he's learning this in like real time, but I'm like, we've all of your children have tried to tell you how bad it is out there, why we're so stressed, and you act like it's not real because.
And like I said, I'm talking to King Disagreeable right now. Like I said before, and they so stupid, they don't, and it takes time. You got to have some time with the charge. They don't have the time to find the greater financials. You know what I mean? They still run out here looking for jobs and shit. They looking for that robotic American way that had them, you know, being successful, which is low level shit, but they was able to not need a man.
Again, you're a teacher and that's what you've been doing. But like for all of us, we're just like, what are we supposed to be doing? The job market sucks.
This job market in this economy is so different and it's extremely hard. I'm noticing a couple things. I'm noticing that one, if you have the experience and or if you have the degree in that particular job, you're still not getting a call back. I'm also noticing that a lot of jobs don't want to train. What happened to training? What happened to
Ma'am, it was the American way. It gave you the ability to not need a man. If everything was easy, it's called affirmative action. All right? And they made you go get those degrees. And what did you do? You went and got a job that ain't had shit to do with your degree. Very replaceable.
training someone for the position that you want to have fulfilled? If I have the experience and I have the degree to fulfill that position, you don't want to call me. If I don't have the experience, you don't want to call me. How do we expect for people to put into this economy? How do we expect people to get away from social media and content creating? Because you guys feel that's not a real job. How do you expect people to get a real job if you're not willing to train them? If you're not willing to give them the opportunity? If you're not willing to give them a job when they have the experience to do it?
It's called getting your ass a man and being nice so you don't have those worries in your life. You got big ass tits, you're overweight, you're bald headed, you're gonna be bearded in a few years if you ain't already. Why is that not in your thought process? You still looking to get your ass out here and be a robot for who? For who, Prince? For President Trump and the white man. Shit ain't for your success, bitch. Even my gladiator know. She up in there making them people rich. So they know what they're doing.
And let me clarify, because I'm not talking about the people that are applying for on-site positions, but you want to work from home. Of course, you're not going to need a call back. You want to work from home. They need somebody in the office. I'm not talking about the people that want to work Monday through Friday, but the job requires you to work on weekends. Of course, you're not going to get called back. I'm talking about the people who have everything on that application that is required. They have the ability to, yet they're still not getting called. People are not getting a call back to even set up an interview. Why are we not getting callbacks? And can we normalize jobs telling an applicant why they wasn't hired?
Ma'am. No. Oh, you shit. I ain't got to tell you because I didn't want to. Because I can. Because I can. I mean, this is what happened to black people. People that look like this started demanding answers. That's never been the case in the black community. Bitches that look like this were some of the sweetest people you ever met in your life. And other bitches that were slim and all that, they understood why a fat bitch would take their man, because they would be giving them niggas the world. And that's when we knew everything was fucked up. When the fat bitches start talking like this, based on trying to make money. With your poor ass. Like you really getting it like that. This shit is ridiculous.
Because that also would help. Yes, I know you can ask them, you can reach out and ask, but if you know why you didn't hire me, tell me.
Keep acting like they live in such a greater life without a man. You poor. Fuck you mean? Kidding me? Now some of these bitches, they making their money or whatever, but for the most part, please.
So that can let me know if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm putting something on my application that's not appealing. Let me know the reason that you decided not to hire me, because what I'm looking at is everything on your application that you have, I fit. I have the degree in that. I have the experience. Here are the jobs to show you that I have the experience in that field. I'm willing to work the hours that you're asking for. I'm willing to travel if it requires traveling. I'm willing to do those things. And I said yes on the application.
Ma'am, well, hold on. So do I reserve the right to not like your ass? I don't give a fuck about your qualifications. I don't like you.
Why am I not getting called? Dare I say, is it because of my race? Because I'm African American?
Right. Right. You should be with your man. Right. You should be working for him. Because you're African American, you should be with your black brother. That's why. Shit is wow. Because they say African American like it's one race. No, you're a black woman. And then you got the African Americans. Like, this is some separate shit. This is as a black woman. This ain't no African American. Don't put me in the boat with you. I'm good.
Or is it because I'm a woman? Or does my name kind of throw you off? Because that's a real.
But I tell you, a woman, separate race from the African Americans.
I'm African American. Or is it because I'm a woman? Or does my name kind of throw you off? Because that's a real thing too. Why are people not getting called who really want to work?
Yeah, I remember when we was growing up, right? When we was growing up, like when I'm talking about like elementary school, like 5th, 6th grade, like, you know, back when you was a child, you would talk to the girls and stuff like that. And y'all just be kicking it and y'all be like, yeah. And the girls would say shit like, yeah, when I have a child, I'm not going to name my baby, you know, a black name. You know what I'm saying? So, because she going to get a, you know, I want my baby to get a job. You know, they was like, yeah, we don't like those black names. You know, this was way back. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna name my baby Kaisha and all this other shit. She was like, nah, I want my baby to have like a regular name. And what happened? You start getting shit like Sapphire, Infinity, Lexus, Mitsubishi, Jaguar. I mean, you start getting every car known to fucking man. Mercedes, Acura, Toyota. I mean, it got crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess by the time I got to like high school or whatever, it was more like Muslim names, Jamal, you know, Omar, you know. Shit changed up fast in the black community. When I was in elementary school, I had black friends named Quincy, Gary, you know, Evan. You know, Eon. You know, by the time we got to damn high school, it was like Jamal. HD Live, what's good? They didn't know why people had rich and poor names, and when the poor start using them, they switch. Right. That's where Ashley and Hillary stood out. Right. Right. Because we start going to like Nefertiti, Isis, Cleopatra. You know, we went somewhere else. And then when you had Hillary and Ashley, it's like, what the fuck is that? You know? Those were the black people that had it right. Hillary, Ashley. Not none of this infinity mercy. What? Hennessy, Patron, tequila. I mean, this is what happens when you let these bitches have some control. Hold on, pimp.
Here's my spicy take of the day. I was just reading a New York Times article that came out earlier this week talking about the shut up and grind era in tech and how everybody is basically being forced to develop the AI technology that we all know the goal is for that technology to replace us so that these companies can do more layoffs and line their own pockets and make themselves, already some of the richest people in the world, even richer. And I just want to say, labor unions, is it time? I know tech had a moment a few years ago trying to unionize in order to drive towards better diversity. You know, this might be a time where it's good to remind billionaires that the hundreds of thousands of people employed in this industry also have power.
Everyone's always like, the job market sucks. And I was like, maybe people just have a negative outlook on life. And I always tend to have a positive outlook on life. So I was like, there's no way the job market sucks that badly. I moved to DC a week after I graduated from college. And I was so excited to do all the things. I was ready to follow my dreams, you know, do the things. And then I had an internship. I had an internship lined up. Internship was great. And I was like, I have this month of this internship. I will be networking, sending out my resumes, doing all the things. It has now been almost 2 months since the internship ended. And I still don't have a job, because why does every single one of these job postings is like, I'll filter it out for entry-level positions, and they're like, entry-level positions, 3 to 5 years Hill experience. And then they still want to pay me the same as like an entry-level wage. And I'm like, this is so confusing. Also, the amount of 3 to 5 year experience positions that are open right now, but then even when I'm like, you know what, balls to the walls, I'll apply for it. I apply for it, don't get it. I actually did.
Stop the show. Stop the show. Stop the bitch. This is the shit I'm talking about. The brutish gladiator. Spirits and the bitch said balls to the wall. Yeah, the bitch said balls to the wall. That's the shit I be talking about. You don't come around me acting like you some fucking lady. Ever. Ever. No bitch like that going to talk about balls to the wall. Ain't no lady going to talk like that.
But then even when I'm like, you know what? Balls to the walls, I'll apply for it. I apply for 5-year experience positions that are open right now. But then even when I'm like, you know what? Balls to the walls, I'll apply for it. I apply for it, don't get it. Open right now. But then even when I'm like, you know what? Balls to the walls, I'll apply for it. I apply for it, don't get it. I actually did apply for one of them. I got to the interview rounds. I got to the final interview and was one of the last. I was the second choice. But they went with somebody who had more experience. I'm actually not that mad. I'm so happy to be here. Like, I'm so happy to be here. But I would love to be here with health insurance and a salary.
I've applied to.
I would love to be here with health insurance and salary. Ma'am, you know you could go get a man, right? With your ugly white ass, you need to be kissing some ass for real. You look like one of them white. You look like one of them white women that get like back acne, ass acne. So a nigga gotta really, really be like, fuck. I gotta fuck this pussy. Nothing pretty. You got back acne, ass acne, and you look like a fucking weirdo.
It was one of the last. I was the second choice, but they went with somebody who had more experience. I'm actually not that mad. I'm so happy to be here. Like, I'm so happy to be here.
And a nigga gotta hear you talk with ass acne and back acne? Wow.
But I would love to be here with health insurance and a salary.
I've applied to maybe 30 jobs in the past 2 months. I've gotten rejected from every single one. And it's very much taught me that, like, you might as well just pursue your dreams, because the job market is so bad at this point that there's an equal chance of you being successful at your dream as there is you getting a job at this point.
Have you been having a hard time getting a job in 2025? Because same. I graduated college with my bachelor's in December of 2024 and started applying for jobs in October of 2024. For context, I was working in the food service industry. A couple months ago, switched to the retail industry working a similar job. Other than that, though, I have had no luck finding a job anywhere near what I want to do. The other day, I saw a stat that said something along the lines of, for every job that you apply for, each applicant has about a 1% chance of getting that particular job, which made me think, in 2025, is it easier to get a job or to become an influencer? So that.
See what they got to fall back on? I'm falling back on the charts. They got to fall back on being an influencer. What does that consist of? Having the power of America behind your back. Other bitches identify with your irrational bullshit, and niggas will pay if you go to OnlyFans. America's working out pretty good for you, huh, sis? Like that, they got that other option. But what's the one thing that don't come into their minds? I could just go get with a man who has a job. That will take a little strain off of me. I will be loving and caring to him and be a team with him. And I could find me a job within all that time if he wants me to, or if we decide that. Their whole programming is off. I go get me a husband and, I'll get me a job then. I don't have to worry about a job.
That's why I'm starting this series to see whether it is easier to get a job or become an influencer in 2025. So the rules are I have to apply to at least 1 to 2 jobs per day, as well as post at least 1 TikTok per day. At the end of the week, I'll sit down and we'll go over how many jobs I applied for, how many interviews I got.
Ma'am, what about a man? Why can't you put that in the play? I'll tell you why, because you've been programmed. They got you thinking. Look how stupid, look how limited your mind is. They done programmed you to not think about a man as something you need. They got you out here worrying about all this other shit. That's the programming we was trying to tell you bitches about. A man's not even in your plan. And he's the one that can make your life a easier transition, for your new job.
And how many job offers I got. We'll also go over how many TikToks I uploaded, how many views I got, and how many new followers I got. So how do we determine the winner? If I get hired at a job that is not retail or the food service industry, I will have gotten a job first. But if I'm able to make my current monthly salary in 1 month from influencing, then it'll be easier to become an influencer. If you're interested to see whether it's easier to get a job or to become an influencer in 2025, stick along for this journey.
It's almost like, okay, so these bitches are like hood rappers. These bitches are like hood rappers. Like this is they hip hop. They go here to try to get on. Wow. Now they got a better advantage. They could go to OnlyFans, but this is like the bitches hip hop. Now they got a hellified fan base.
See what happens, because I mean, nothing bad can come from this. Either I get a job, become an influencer, or I just have fun making content and find a new hobby.
I'm convinced that these companies are actually posting positions on LinkedIn to like inflate to their investors. Like, I'm convinced it's all a lie. Like, these job postings don't actually exist. Because what? I mean, based on this administration alone, you can see why they would lie about their numbers. But no, it's actually really concerning and actually really annoying. Like, you go to companies' pages and the positions don't even exist. But on LinkedIn, it's saying that it exists. So what's going on here? Where's the disconnect? What's going on?
I've been interviewing to get a new job for the past 2 months, and I just found out yesterday that the company that I made it all the way to the 4th round is probably in the interview process for the longest with, met literally every important person at the company, just decided to go with a different candidate. My original feelings, my first feelings were, of course, disappointment and then embarrassment that I told all of my family and friends that a new job was on the horizon. We were almost there, just to have to completely start over from scratch. So I'm Misery and I'm looking for company. No, I'm kidding, but I am going to try to do certain things every single day to make myself feel better and be more aligned. And I figured I would share those with you. So basically a bunch of like books and podcasts and like docuseries, because I feel like knowledge is power and you have to create to move through. So if you like that kind of stuff, then recs, give me book recs or documentary recs so I can distract myself from the pain. Thank you.
I'm applying.
There you go, guys. It's going to be that way. I think that they done fucked up enough to where men are not just taking them anymore. They ain't going to have that fallback. They were so systemically programmed to, yo, I could go get a job. Now all the immigrants got the jobs for the low. Now they don't need you. Data entry, bitch. A monkey could do it. You know? So it's going to get worse, man. Especially for the sisters. Because they, you know, they want the white jobs. And the white people giving the white jobs to the white people. They went with somebody else, sis. They went with somebody else.
We're almost there, just to have to completely start over from scratch. So I'm Misery and I'm looking for company. No, I'm kidding, but I am going to try to do certain things every single day to.
Right. They went with somebody else. Sorry. It's going to be that way. Yeah. I keep telling y'all, man, I be loving these bitches, man. These bitches is like a horror movie.
Oh my fucking God. It's not you. There are no more jobs. And the few that there are, you're competing with 5 million other people, and they're requiring that you offer up your firstborn and already come with 45 years of experience.
Our market is so bad right now that when you're trying to apply for a job, your ratio of even getting the job that you're applying for is 0 to none. Also, if you have a job, the job market is so bad that your job is overworking you and still paying you the same salary. They're switching up schedules on you, giving you more work, less pay, cutting budgets on you, pretty much jerking you around all around because they know where the job market is.
No, that is not the truth. That's not the truth. They know you ain't trying to be with no man. They know they can fuck you the fuck over. They know they fucking you niggas over. And you can't do shit about it. Why? Because you don't got no men, you know, to back you up. You could have been helping black men build some shit. But now look at you.
They know even if you're looking for somewhere else to go, that's also going to probably jerk you around, that they can take advantage of you. Right now, it's like employment abuse going on. Like you literally are underpaid, tired, and stressed out if you have a job. And if you don't have a job, you're stressed out because you can't find a job. And you've been applying to over 100 places pretty much a week, or you've been unemployed for more than 2 years trying to find a job. The job market right now is so bad that you're literally getting abused as a human being. It's super sad.
Right. There you go, guys. What more you need to know? I'll tell you. Probably get an influx for the military, police officers, correction officers. Once they cut this police officer and military test shit, they won't have nothing to run to. You know? And if they defund the police, they damn sure gonna cut the bitches first. Well, I don't know. Never know with these fucking weirdos. These bitches are stressed out. Well, they jerking me around at the job. But you said the man was jerking you around and you could stay home with him, but he was jerking you around, so you went to work. Now they jerking you around at the job. Where you gonna go now? You said the man was jerking you around because he got all the bills and he this and he's that. So you said I'm gonna go to work. And now they're jerking you around. So where you gonna go now?
On you, pretty much jerking you around all around, because they know where the job market is. They know even if you're looking for somewhere else to go, that's also going to probably jerk you around.
But you said men was jerking you around. So everybody is jerking sisters around. So where you going to go? Fuck the people. There ain't nobody going to stop. Everybody's still going to jerk you around. Where you going to go? See, what's happening is brothers are talking way too respectful. No, where you going? And I'll tell you something. That I notice that make these bitches worse than the players. Yo, they be like moving different jobs and stuff. Now, this is new to me. They move around at different jobs. So they ain't got no pension. They ain't got no seniority. They ain't got shit. Most of the bitches I know, they like, they hold it down at the job. Like, like these bitches, they don't even work up to the pension and the seniority and stuff before they add another job. So that's like it's like a drug dealer. You ain't got no benefits. You ain't got nothing when you get old. You just went bouncing from job to job. That's not how it works. You just like a drug dealer. Wow. I never thought of it that way. They in trouble now. They are in trouble now. They are worse than drug dealers.